Yo, oh, yep. Y'all know what it is, man. Eagle here. Eagle's web, baby. Eagle's web. Salute out there to Gil Coles. He said salute to Eagle's web. Yeah, right away I get to my salutes, man. And let me have a little sip just to see if it's cooled down. Nope, it didn't cool down yet. Still burn your tongue. Yeah. But what's up, my brother and sisters and people that's out there? How y'all doing today? Yeah, my show yesterday put a hurting on me, man. I don't know if I can hang that long today, man. It put a hurting on me, man. I was sitting there just talking and, I was just enduring that pain and stuff. But you're right. You said get some rest. That's exactly what I did, man. It wasn't too much longer after the show. Well, it was, before my normal bedtime. I'm not going to say too much longer after the show. It was probably my normal bedtime. About probably 3 or 4 hours before I normally go to bed. But yeah, I went, man, god dang, I was like, man, I couldn't get no feeling in my leg or nothing, man. I couldn't move. Oh man, I was in trouble. But one thing I did do is I was, shut your ass up, Gil. What I did do is, I got some pretty good, I finally went to sleep though. I got up early as hell. I'll put it that way. But I went to bed early, so I got up. I wasn't used to that because I got up, it was still dark when I got up. But yeah, I got up. Yeah. I read what you wrote down there, talking about some toothache. And I'm going to tell you, a toothache, if you ever suffer from a toothache, it will put your lights out, believe me. If it's bad enough. If it has anything to do with the nerves, because believe me, the nerves in your mouth, if you think the nerves in your arms and legs and back, you think those are bad, if something happens to them, they get pissed off? Don't worry about it. Let one of your nerves, let a nerve in your mouth get pinched off. And I can almost 100% guarantee you that tears are going to run down your face and you're not even going to be crying. I mean, you're going to be like, as a man, you're not going to really be crying, but it hurts so bad that your eyes automatically say, no, you got to be crying because of this. If you have a bad, like a nerve or something happened to a nerve in your mouth, oh man. You ain't never felt no pain like that, man. It's like somebody took all your teeth out and hammered in 30, whatever is it, 34, is it 32? 34 nails in your mouth. Rusty nails. With no painkiller, nothing. That's what it feel like. And it doesn't go away until they like hit you with the Novocaine and fix whatever that problem is. I would never ever hope or wish that on nobody. I mean nobody, not even somebody who's evil. Because I want something else to happen to their ass anyway. If you're evil, you need something else to happen. Yeah, you don't get regular pain like we get. You should get something else, man. And that, so, and I wasn't gonna talk about this again, but I'm gonna talk about it again now. Shoot, I looked over at my live, man. My live was still up. Yeah, I looked at my live was still. Is it still up, Gil? Did you check in? You didn't leave no comments, did you? Don't let me be sitting here running my mouth saying that it's still up and they done killed it. But I checked like after I got up. I think this morning I checked to see if my live was up from yesterday and it was still up. Yep. I'm not doing this because I'm fearful or nothing like that. I just wanted to use it. I got 2 of these little things, like 2 of these bottles. I've had them for over a year. They says 2 ounces. And those will last me a lifetime or until they dry up, because I don't use no sanitizers like that. I use soap and water and stuff like that. But you're right, Gil. Gil, that sound about right, man. It might not be true, but that damn sure sound about right. Gil said toothache is the work of the devil. You goddamn right, this is the work of the devil, man. Especially if you ever got hit with that, especially if you're little. If you're little. Oh, don't worry about it. If you didn't check it out, don't worry about it. Well, I'm still going to go in on it because what happened, I'm going to tell you, I went back I went back and I checked it out again. I checked out some more of it. So that's what it was. I went and checked out some more of it. Basically I checked it out again. Because usually when I see stuff like that, I just automatically just delete it or freeze it or, unfollow it or something like that. But it popped up again. I said, okay, let me go see again. Yeah, yeah, two fakes is the work of the devil. Yeah, two fakes. Yeah, two fakes. They ain't no joke, man. Especially like I was saying, if you little or young, and you get one. Cause I remember, man, crying. You just be sitting there just crying, and you can't nobody shut you up. Your mom nothing. Being promised a bicycle, food, your favorite meal, nothing. Can't nothing shut you up. You ain't gonna stop crying until whatever happened, until they knock it out, pull it out, numb it up, or do something. You ain't gonna stop crying. That's the only pain that you just can't stop crying. There's other pains, because believe me, I've been through some serious pains. I actually had I don't even know how my foot came back. I don't know how my foot, man, I had it was almost it's like a small train ran over my toes. And I didn't have steel toes on. And I don't even understand how that my whole foot wasn't just crushed. I mean, completely like just messed up forever. I'm not going to knock on wood, but that's a miracle right there. But I had a lot of miracles, but people wouldn't believe. A lot of stuff happened to me in my life that are definitely miracles. A lot. More than one or two things that I've had happen in my life that are definitely miracles. And that's definitely, that's in that category. I can definitely put that up there, man, because like I said, and so to take away just like we're talking about the tooth thing. So to take that away, to put something that's equivalent to that, if you have something like a half a train run over your foot, God, man, it's like, I'll put it to you like this. You don't feel pain at all when it happens. You don't. You just do not feel pain. You don't feel pain. I think it takes 24 hours or maybe a little bit more before you feel pain. Because your brain is only allowed to register so much pain. You know what I mean? It starts to develop its own self. It starts to have like a certain it's almost like a chemical that your brain creates. Is like a morphine. Now, I'm not trying to I don't want to be scientific about it. But what happens is your brain, it does make up a chemical it's kind of like a morphine, but it's more powerful. So your brain basically just deadens that for a while. It's like, wait a minute. And then it allows it to set in. And then once it sets in, you just like, all you can do is yell. When you first feel it, all you can do is scream like, ah! God dang, you can't believe that your body is actually enduring that kind of pain. That is, man, believe me, it's horrible. That kind of pain. Like I said, those type of things I would never, even on enemies, I don't wish anyway, because that's devil stuff, but I would not want something like that to happen to anybody, man. This is just painful, man. Like I said, I've been through it. I've been through so much, man. And maybe that's one reason everybody think they always call me an alien all the time. I think, man, I don't know how you escape stuff and how you get out of stuff, but I've done it plenty of times. I was about to fall out of a 3rd-story window, and because I had lost, and I caught my balance and flipped off of the thing that I was gonna fall off of. I caught my balance at the split second, and went back into the building. I'm like, and the person who was there with me, I'm not gonna say who it was. The person that was there with me, mouth was open for a long time. I'll just put it that way. Before they even could say words, they was just like, and I did something else too that was crazier than that. I was running one time because I used to love to run. That's my exercise, man. I get on that run, that long run. So I got on that run, and there was some kind of a hole, and I was running, and like the whole, I tripped and I was about to hit the ground and I put my hands down. All I did a flip and I kept running. And the person that was running with me, they just stopped and was holding their hands on their hip and just like shaking their hair, laughing. They couldn't even figure out what I just did or how I just did it. And so I just kept going. And then I went as far as I needed to go. I came back. They still wasn't running. I met them on the way back. I said, what the hell? I said, why didn't you run? They said, did you know what you just did? I said, yeah. Stuff like that happens all the time. So I'm not, for me, it's not a shock. For other people, they just like, they freak out sometimes because of stuff that happens or stuff that I end up doing. But for me, it's just something. It's like it's everyday occurrence. Like I don't look at it as something because I've been doing it like ever since I was little. So, and it's not no big deal. Yeah, I know. Kill said. He said, "Damn, I know. I could name a few people who had ID." He said, "Want that to happen too?" Yeah. Yeah. You said but you're saying that you can name people that you would want something like that to happen. Okay, now we talk about that though, but okay, so let's look at it like this, Gil, in chat. So the person that is the most evil towards humanity or anybody or like what we're going to talk about right now is that a punishment for them, since they don't want to punish them, that would be a great punishment if you ask me. Okay, so you don't have to do jail time. That's right. You just did something atrocious. You don't have to do jail time. And I'm gonna tell you, now listen to what I'm saying, because this will actually make people want jail time. And I'm not no sadist or nothing like that. No, I'm just saying. So what you do is you have them put under gas, so where they sleep, and you numb them up. You have an orthodontist or something numb them up, and what they do is they take an implant of something real sharp, like a little sliver of something, and what they do is they implant that down into the nerve, to where you can't no way you can get to it, and then they wake you up and you're okay. You're like, oh, my mouth feels numb. You feel like that's it. And so what happens is they are told that you just received your punishment. And see, they're not thinking nothing. They're like, oh, that's my punishment? That's over with? But little do they know, and say, for instance, this is for months or years, whatever. So little do they know that once the Novocaine or whatever they use to numb the pain with, whenever that wears off, and then you get that shooting nerve pain in your mouth, and that's how they have to live for the duration of their punishment. They have to live like that, or they could take life in jail. They put that in first, and then once they then you have the option, like, okay, we'll see how you live with this. And of course, they're not going to be able to live like that, so they'll go ahead and take the life, and they'll take the jail sentence themselves. So that way, we don't even have to waste money on courts or nothing else like that, right? And people would definitely think about before they did something to anybody, to harm anybody. Yeah. And they just call it the like THE, the, or DA, DDA, the tooth nerve, what we call it? Nerve discipline stem. That's the stem. So they put the stem in there. The discipline stem, that's what they put down in their mouth. That's it. And so you live with this. You can live with this, or you can go to prison. Or you choose the punishment. They be shaking and shivering like, oh, hurry up and numb me back up, get this out, get me into prison. Because they ain't going to be able to take it. Because what's going to happen, I'm going to tell you what something like that happen, what's going to happen is they going to, turn into like a heavy drinker. They're going to drink, try to numb it. They're going to be trying to get illegal drugs and everything else. They're going to mess their whole self up over something like that. But then again, why would we even talk like that? No, because you ruined somebody's life, so your life just needs to be ruined also. So let's get into it. So what happened is I went back and I checked out. I usually don't want to hear sounds and stuff, because when I hear sounds, what sounds do to me is sounds just piss me off. I'm going to just tell you about me. Sounds piss me off when I hear somebody saying you don't have to do that in the background. And another thing, you girls, women, ladies, whatever, and I'm not saying whatever, I'm not calling you a whatever, I'm just saying whatever you identify with, have got to stop yelling and screaming when somebody is being illegally detained or frisked or anything else, like, you know what I mean? If they getting Terry frisked or whatever, you have got to stop yelling and going crazy and talking real loud. You got to stop that, because all you do is aggravate the situation and make it worse, and you're not helping. You're not helping. Your voice is not a baseball bat, correcting the wrong things that somebody's doing. So stop that. So I just wanted to put that out there, because people aren't going to say anything. But so I wanted to put that. Just shut your ass up. Sit down. Shut up. Just record nice and calmly. Make sure, the calmer you are, the calmer the situation should be, because there's such thing as de-escalating situations, right? And you can de-escalate, but in a lot of cases, all they want to do is escalate. They want to bring the tension and the pain and suffering and stuff up when they should just de-escalate the whole situation. Let me find out. And plus, that's what law enforcement does. And we're going to talk about the law enforcement. They're supposed to find out. You got to do some kind of investigation first. Have you ever noticed that there's no kind of investigation a lot of times when, if a person says something, somebody calls in and reports something, a lot of times, I'm not saying all the time, and it might not even be most of the time, but a lot of times there's no investigation. Nobody wants to find out what's going on. But all the yelling and saying that that's unnecessary, if you're not going to do nothing, just turn around. Don't even look at it. Why are you looking at stuff that you're not going to do shit about? I mean, you're not going to do shit. And you standing there. And believe me, I know a lot of people in my family that would definitely do something. And when I say a lot, I mean it's more than one or two. But you got a lot of people that won't do shit. See? But just screaming on the outside, oh, that's a damn shame and all that. Who cares about you saying that? Because even if you put that out there to let them know they doing something wrong, they still going to have to be corrected in another way. You see what I mean? They're going to have to be corrected in another way. Right? So back to the story. So I'm watching it again, and I'm hearing somebody say on the outside, which he's making a lot of sense. He says that he's not moving already. He already's not moving. The victim, because he was damn sure a victim. So he said he's not moving. Why don't you take your knee off his neck now? And if you can't stop forcing your knee on somebody when they're already not moving, you got some serious issues, man. And these guys, need to go under, and I don't trust psychiatrists as much, but that's all we got. That's the only weapon we got, is these guys got to go under psychiatric evaluations a lot more than what they do. Yeah. And you say you think they're going to charge the cop with involuntary manslaughter? No, that's what they have to do. Because if you have a trial on anything else, then he'll walk. But the manslaughter, a lot of times you might be able to get that one, and they never do that. When victims never try to charge cops with manslaughter, they always try to charge them with murder. And if you try to charge them with first, second degree murder, then they always get off. But that's what they should. But they should charge them with all of them. I put all that in it. Matter of fact, just like I told you the other day, just like yesterday when I was talking to you guys, I would put everything in there. I would put torture in there, because torture is a crime also. Just read it. It's in the Constitution, man. It's in the Constitution, man. Torture is illegal, but nobody talks about it. No, I'm not. I don't have to be a law professor or a lawyer or nothing like that. But me bringing it out, I know they get mad about that. Like he don't stop. Don't tell him all that shit. See, I see Don to the Dada up in here, man. Yeah, Don to the Dada. Yeah, Don. I got back on my subject because I think my video was still up, man. Yeah, but Eagle was suffering, man, last night, man. Y'all got to hear from me again, but I was suffering last night. Still suffering right now, man. You don't know this pain be making you sweat, man. I didn't know pain make you sweat, but pain make you sweat, man. I'm sweating, man. That pain got me sweating. But I ain't taking no, I'm taking my native juice, my tea, that's it. I'm not taking no kind of over the counter or nothing like that, but it's still painful, man. It'll start going away when I drink this. It'll start going down, but it'll be back. That shit like you talking when D-Boy ain't around. He'll be back around and you'll be shutting up. Yeah. But down to the Dada, salute to him. He said Eagles wear box. Y'all already know what it is, the hieroglyph time. He said he got the eagle up good, got the web up good. He got the glove up good. He got the bell. Also, he got the thumb up good. You know what it says. He says, hanging out in here, man. He said, you know what? You everything's peaceful, but you can't get that neck stressed out. He said, lions up in here. He said, Dada caught trolls and made their ass sit down on the train. Yep. Yeah, Dada, I know you caught him. You made him sit down last time. Dada don't play. Yeah. And we got somebody that came up in here. Did y'all know who this is? If y'all know who it is, y'all thumb him up or whatever. He said, Michael Brundish Boxing. He said, yo, Gil. He's talking to Gil. He said, salute. And he put that neck out there. Yeah, we know what the neck is. Because neck is exclusive in Eagles Way of Boxing. But going back to, I see you down there. Salute, he said, salute the Eagles Way of Boxing. He said the OG GOAT. Yeah, that's right. I made OG. Somebody got mad because I said I was an OG. They got mad. It was actually my boy that I play basketball with. Because I'm older than him. So I said, man, I'm an OG, man. He got mad. He was all mad. Still, man, you ain't no OG, man. We do this and stuff together. You know, nah, you a youngster, man. So he's salty because he's from Ohio. But he got salted up because it's like, we do everything together. We used to do everything together, man. We used to even wear like the same kind of, clothes to play basketball in. We get the same. Sometimes we get the same shoes. Not like we shop together, but every once in a while we just end up with the same thing on. Or if he likes something, I like it. It's like that's cool. But I told him, I said, man, I'm an OG, baby. He was all he got mad. But now you can't. I mean, how you gonna get mad? I'm an OG now. Because OG is only, you ain't got to be but like 30. What is it? 35 or something? You're OG at 35, man. So stop it. If you're mad, you just be mad. That's all. Nah, I don't look like an OG or something like that. I do now. You don't keep your baby face forever. You get mad. After a while, you get tired of having a baby face. Because one of my boys is like, I wish I had the OG face, man. Because he looked like a little baby. I'm like, hey, you'll grow into it eventually. Or maybe you won't. Maybe you'll be like that singer. Maybe you'll be like Babyface. Just don't never look like an OG and just look stupid. Because he old and looking way too young. Ain't nothing wrong. You should. We supposed to look young anyway, but, just our environment and the shit we got to go through, it breaks us down. Everything starts sagging or whatever else. Not just your pants. So, but that's right though, baby. Yeah. But listening to the brother in the background saying, and so that is more than just empathetic. That is like really caring for somebody to even have a thought process like that, because the cop, his knee is still in his neck. He's saying he's not moving. So why is your knee still in his neck? And and this is the most disturbing part of the whole thing, is that I didn't know he was still in handcuffs. Because the angle they show you, that you don't see the arms or nothing. So he was still in handcuffs when they did it to him. And that's why I said that this has already have to end. There's no stopping this kind of crap that's happening with people. There's no stopping it. It has to just it just has to end. There is no other time. There's no time to sign no kind of paperwork. There's no time to enact a new law or anything. There's just no time for that. It's already, this issue should have been dead a long time ago. This issue should have been dead before most of everybody was in here is here. Back in what, the 40s and 50s and 60s and shit. It should in 70s, whatever. It should have already, all this should have already been ended. And so part of my discussion, and we'll talk a little bit about it. I don't know. We might not even get on boxing. But anyway, so here's my point. And I really want you guys to give feedback if you can. I want your impressions of this, because my impressions, even since the, what is it? Was it 60s? Or it might have been before 60s. You know what I mean? But anyway, ever since a time where fighters and athletes, they had to endure so much. Like Jackie Robinson had to endure probably more than most athletes have ever endured. Right? And even in his game, he had to endure that. And what he would do is, shit, he'll slide into you, because they used to try to do dirty stuff to him. He'll, shit, come into you with a shoulder, or slide right into you, because he knew they was going to do something dirty. Try to hit him with the pitches and stuff or whatever. All kinds of stuff, right? But here, now listen to this. So we have all these so-called world famous athletes that have always seemed like they were speaking or speaking out. And they'd be sitting down just like I am. They'd be sitting behind a table, and they have a big, like a forum or something like that, where they just have a whole lot of them. And I remember, because when Muhammad Ali was going through what he was going through, all the athletes were sitting there and speaking out. But the thing about it is, they never should have had to speak out. Because why would you have to speak out on something that's not even justifiable in the first place? Why are you speaking about something that's basically against the law, and something that they are doing something to you that they have no jurisdiction of doing? And guess what? That's what they still do. And all these open forums and all these athletes to come out and pretend, because that's what they're doing to us as fans. Because I don't know how many of you follow basketball. I follow it a little bit, but I really stopped following a lot of sports. And matter of fact, and there's a lot of people that stop following stuff the same way I stopped following it. Once they started messing with Barry Bonds, I stopped watching baseball. And I'm not the only one, because I talk to people, and guess what? It's not even a color thing. Because I talk to a lot of people, they said, no, it's not just brown people. There's a lot of people that don't watch baseball no more, because what they did to Barry Bonds. But then on the flip side, the Barry Bonds and the Michael Jordans and all these other people, what have they actually done to try to make a societal effect to where all these injustices do not happen to people of brown color? And I'm not leaving anybody out. I just said these people are brown colored. Now, you could throw other people in there if you want to. But I just said all these injustices. All these sit-downs. And see, this is what pissed me off. Because you know what they did? They just paraded us. And I'm talking about the, I think it was the LA Clippers and some other teams. And so all they did was they turned their warm-ups inside out. And so turning your warm-up inside out, what is that going to do to affect any kind of change? See, it's because of that green is what it is. That green is the one that speaks to them. See? And since we're not paying them, or we actually do pay them because we're fans, But they don't look at us like the pocketbook or the ones that pay them because they got sponsors and stuff like that. But guess what? Indirectly, or actually directly, those sponsors are still getting paid by us. Because without us buying all the specialized shoes, all the cars and all that, then guess what? There is no endorsement. Huh? There is no commercial value if you take the people who are the most important out of it. If they take us out of it, then there's none. So my question to you is, who has ever really stood up for us? Even if you think back to all of them, who has actually stood, when I say us, like I said, I'm talking about the browner skinned people, who has actually really stood up and actually done something about it? Besides just using speech. Speech is a freedom. If we ever lost that, which we are losing it, but if we ever lost it totally, then what could we do then? Or you're not allowed to speak out against the government. Boom. If you're not allowed to speak out against the government, then that's not a government. That's not a government that is willing for you to have liberty and freedom. That's a government that's a tyrannical government. And that's the kind of government we are. But nobody's ever is not going to just stick their neck out and speak out. They're not going to really, and not just speak out, but do something. You know what I mean? They got all the money. When they see this kind of stuff happen, they supposed to be right there. You know what? Opening up the checkbook. I'm going to get you the 4 best lawyers I can get, and we're going to prosecute this guy. Because or this female, whoever it was, for doing this injustice to you. But nobody does that. Think about if you had that kind of money. You damn near a billionaire, and you sit there and watch somebody, and you got people that actually know the person that it happened to, but they don't have the money they gonna get. The lawyer that they get is basically nobody. He works for the DA. If they don't have the money, so just think about that. The only way you can stand up is by actually standing up. All the marching in the street shit ain't never worked. Marching around is never worked. It's never worked. I never said, and I'm not saying it can't work. But we'll see when somebody stands up. But you got to explain to me, Gil, when you're putting that down there. When you put LeBron down there, you have to, like I said, we have the discussion, and you're going to have to explain to me what you mean by LeBron. I'm saying who has actually stood up and like actually put the money out. And I'm not talking about if it was some kind of a bullshit, some kind of psyop or something like that. And I'm going to teach y'all a little bit on how you can find out if it's BS or not. A lot of times, and I'm going to cover this quick because I don't want nothing to happen to this feed. I cover it quick. And the best way I can tell you is that if you see a whole lot of camera movement, like the camera's just all over the place, and you're only catching bits and pieces, or this is 2020, and you get in the videos all foggy, then you know it's BS. Because guess what? Even these camera phones, man, they take crystal clear photos. I'm sorry. You could be as far as you want to away from something, and you're going to get a crystal clear. Matter of fact, I had the guy that did my native video, and he was all messed up. I mean, you could tell. The video was all over the place at times because he was tripping, and maybe he forgot that he was actually supposed to be, recording. So it was, but even if it was off of us dancing, everything that he shot came out was crystal clear. And I don't get it. A lot of times when they show the footage from cell phones, it's like, huh? And I know you have watched people's shows. People do shows on YouTube and they use a phone. Can you see them? Crystal clear. So why is it that anytime they got some kind of footage or something, why is it always grainy or you can't really see who the person is? Even when it comes to store cameras, and that's BS too. Because I got friends who have stores and they got store cameras. And believe me, you show up. Matter of fact, I work at a store because I do promotions at this one store, where I go in and guess what? There's a big screen on your way in. You look up. It's about what, 8-9 feet high. There's a big screen that shows your face as you walk in. And guess what? It's high definition. You can see everything. So if you go into that place of business and you did something, guess what? They're gonna be able to identify you. Because a lot of time, even on the news, it's like, do you know this guy? I'm like, no, I can't tell who he is. Looks like a ghost. It's just like an outline. But no, cameras are way better than that. So stop giving us footage that looks like it came from the 1900s and the early 1900s, like 1920. Stop giving us this footage, because you full of it. Let me see what you wrote though. But I know you're right. He said that cop need to be euthanized. God, like the animal he is. See, but then we would be called an inhumane society if those things start to happen. Because believe me, you have a lot of people that are sentimental with police, even if they brutalize somebody, because it's not their family, and they look at the person like the same way. I know people, and this is not even a color thing. There's people of even like the brown skinned people, light to dark. Even some of them will say he must have been up to something. He must have did something. Police just don't. They still blind. They'll be like, police don't do stuff like that. I'm telling you, there's people that still like that, and they'll side with him. Well, he probably had to do it. The guy probably was struggling, and they can probably watch the video, and what they'll say with the video, they'll say, well, that video is not showing what really happened. And that's what they always try. They always pull that too. They pulled that on down there in your area. What was the kid's name? Was it Brown? They pulled that down over in Gil's area down there, where they were saying that the struggle and all that on the video. Or what it doesn't show exactly what they're doing. You can't see that he's actually kicking or something like. Well, why is the video's not showing his leg kicking? You see what I mean? So we got to understand that this is a problem that not just you, but me, myself, and everybody else who lives here, who lives in any society, is going to have to, you know what I mean, are going to have to stand up and actually do the work. I'm not here to talk about no demonstrations and lay down and nothing like that. Because I told you, it was never like that. It was never like that. When I was a baby, man, I'm telling you, when I was little, I used to be looking around, and everybody be sitting around the house and they have them heaters out, man. They have them ratchets out, man. If the police came over there and sit there, everybody's sitting there with a ratchet. What you gonna do? Or you think the police gonna be out of pocket like that? Or they see that and that's an automatic check move. They automatically in check. They be like, yes sir and yes ma'am and stuff like that, and they wouldn't be having that cop. See, I know. See the cop thing. The cops this is how they stand. See, they didn't have that cop stand then. Like here, this is a cop stand. This is how they stand. All straight like that. They didn't stand like that right then. They has to be at parade rest with their hands behind their back or something, or messing around in their pockets. They wouldn't be leaning on their gun or none of that, because everybody got guns. And when people didn't take all that shit, guess what? And that's probably started in the 50s or something like that, or even before that. Because I got family stories. I'm not going to share them right now, but I got family stories that stuff happened way back. Way back. That I had people in my family that was standing up. Like, no, that shit ain't going down. It's not going down like that. I see, oh, look who done got up in here. Done fell up in here, E to the wood. My brother E Wood in here. He said, Salute got the thumbs up. He got the thumbs up already. He got the number 1 up, baby. He said, love of Cynthia. He said, Eagle, that's right. He said that Eagle's way of boxing. Yeah, Trayvon. Yeah, Trayvon. And then Brown too. Brown over in the St. Louis, right? Yep, and then E Wood says salute to the Eagles web chat. That's right, 100 right there, baby. Yeah. So you see what I mean? So people are always like quick to like jump in there and act like this is the course of action and stuff like that. And everybody's always doing the yes ball shit with the yes sir shit, just because an official gets on the mic in front of a camera. Don't fool yourself and think that they really gonna do what they said they gonna do. It's nothing but a trick. They get up there and always tricking somebody. Or we gonna we're gonna have a thorough investigation. What the hell is an investigation? Y'all better break the word down before you go any further. Start breaking down some of the words that they use, because they full of shit. Where they say there's a thorough investigation. When you thoroughly investigate stuff, and I'm talking about when it comes to that side, when they thoroughly investigate, what they're doing is they're thoroughly trying to find different ways and loopholes of how they can get out of shit. That's what they're investigating. They're not investigating the criminal acts that they actually have perpetrated at all. They're trying to find loopholes of how they can beat something. And then on the prosecution side, what they're doing is trying to go as light as possible. But if it was your ass or my ass, guess what? They're not going to try to go light as possible. Because they don't even put your ass in jail unless they got at least the minimum of 3 charges on you. Nobody gets put in jail with one little light charge. Nobody. Who goes to jail with one little light charge? Them cops write up so much shit about you, and I don't care. And I'm putting it out there anyway. I don't care. This is true. Because I know it's true. Because matter of fact, when you give us our paperwork when we're in there, and some of us know each other, we be talking to each other, what you do, man? Oh, I ain't even do nothing, man. They got me for this. One thing. And then once they get the sheet, they get the rap sheet. I'm just calling it a rap sheet. Y'all know what it is. They get the rap sheet, what they charge. They say, God dang, that CC this and boom, boom, boom. Huh? They got so many damn things on there. Like the last time I got myself in a little bit of a bind, there was about 4 or 5 things on there. Right? They're always going to get you for a bunch of stuff. But like I said, on their side, when it comes to them or you, when they prosecute you, you're going to have a minimum of 3 things if you didn't do shit. When it's your turn, when it's your lawyer's turn to prosecute, they already teach him how many things he can go for. So he's going to go for 2. And I'm saying they're guilty, and you know getting damn well they're guilty. The lawyer's going to try to hit with 2. He's going to talk to the client. Oh, we're going to get him for this and that. And you're satisfied. No. And so my plea is out to the prosecution for people, of the innocent people, is for you to put as many charges that are applicable to the situation. Is you need to put all them charges down. I'm talking about all the charges you need to put down. Just like I told you, they don't even use torture anymore. It's a crime. It's a crime, but they don't talk about. A lot of things that you don't think is a crime is a crime. Don't you know that illegally detaining somebody is a crime? That's kidnapping, right? So doesn't that fit too? Not just the multiple death penalties or situations that you should put on there, or charges. Multiple murder charges from different levels. Torture, because his damn sure was torture. Kidnapping. Illegal detainment. All kinds of stuff. So you hit their ass with 15, 20 charges. Let them squirm a little bit. Because now their lawyer has to figure out how you're going to beat all those charges. You got 15 charges. How you going to beat all of those? Because I guarantee you, if it's on the opposite foot, that they going to damn sure hit you with that many. And see, Gil, you didn't put in perspective, Gil. You didn't put in perspective. You said LeBron, but I'm saying which one of these people actually stepped up to something that we know for a fact is true. And out of all these things I watch with all the grainy videos and all this, now this one I know this one, because like I said, I usually delete this stuff, but this one is truthful. All the stuff where the camera's moving all over the place and you see somebody run down the middle of the highway, I don't believe that kind of shit. Because cameras don't take bad pictures like that. Shit, you can take a picture of the moon real clear with a cell phone now. So all that grainy shit, when they start showing me that, or the person disappears and the camera start going another angle, I don't believe that shit at all. Oh, look at King Louis up in here, y'all. King Tilda Louis up in there, 2 boxes. He says salute to the Eagles Web and the real ones in the chat. That's how we do. We talk about the real ones, man. Cause this is a real chat. This is grown folks chat. This is a real chat, man. We don't try to like cover stuff up with some kind of powder. You know the donuts ain't worth shit, so you're gonna put powdered sugar on top of them, but because they all raggedy and toe up. So now, and that's one reason they put powder on donuts, because they messed them up. Put the powder on there, or icing or something like that, because people don't look at it because they're not perfect. Because donuts, if you ever cook donuts, they don't always come out perfect. So you don't throw all them donuts away. So you're gonna powder them. But somebody got to stand up, man. I mean, somebody got to stand up for real. Just because you put your jersey on backwards, to me, that's not a protest. Because that the whole dollar thing got everybody. They want that money. But what would I do? You damn right. I wouldn't give a shit about the money, because I could live without the money like that and the fame. I could live without that, because I'm a conscious man. I can't watch somebody just do something. I had to live with that. If I watch you do something dirty that you shouldn't be doing, I have to live with that. My decision of not speaking up, I have to live with that for the rest of my life. And then you're going to be like some of the older people, I wish I would have. Why are you wishing? That's witchcraft shit. You wishing. Why are you wishing about it? Huh? You should have never been wishing about it. What you should have did is you should have done something about it. Stop all the screaming and stop telling them that they do something illegal. Like I said, man, I'm not condoning doing something. I'm not telling you exactly what to do, but do something to make an effect happen to where all these atrocities don't happen. I mean, don't just scream, because women want to scream, girls want to scream. Don't just scream. Do something to where we can get this shit done, because it's already a thing where this doesn't have to stop. This has to end. Because stopping don't mean shit. If you stop at a stop sign, guess what you get to do after you stay there for a little while? You get to go. But when you get to a dead end, you can't go no more, right? So this shit has to end. We got to stop stopping shit all the time. We always want to put a stop on something. No, it has to end, and that's it. It's been happening to end for hundreds of years and thousands of years. So what's different between the so-called modern people and the older people? It still hasn't ended with my people. It still hasn't ended. We're still fighting. And I tell them all the time, when I go talk to my people, I always tell them, I say, you guys always doing all these parades and marches and stuff, but where it's not going to get us nowhere ever. We don't have the weapons. We can't use our old-fashioned stuff. We can, but they're not going to come fight us man to man like that. They wouldn't fight us like that. They're going to bring cannons and tanks and tear gas and tasers and shotguns and assault rifles and everything else. They're not going to fight us like that, because they wouldn't stand a chance of fighting us fair. And the same thing with just living. They're not fighting fair, and they're not allowing us to fight fair. Because they're allowed, like I said, because you misrepresent the flag and you put a line on there, what you're telling me is that line makes you above the Constitution. And that's what I'm starting to believe. That's what that blue line is. It means that if you're on the blue line, you're above the Constitution. The federal Constitution is only for the rest of the U.S., but you are exempted. And we got, that is a end. That is the end. The end. If you see it in front of you, man, do something. I'm not telling you to go lose your life. I don't want you to lose your life. I don't want to lose my life. But I might have to if I will, if that happens to somebody in my family, then I will have to lose my life. But I don't want you to go have to lose your life. But you got to be able to tell them something, man. You're conscious. You're on TV, man, right now. The cameras is rolling. Don't just say I'm videoing, because you're like, oh, I'm videoing. They don't care about you videoing. Well, how come you can't just yell out something? Man, there's a fire over there, and they worried about choking. Say something, man. Tell them, the news team is here. Say something, man. Make it seem like make it say, make it more, make it to where they have to like, oh shit, say something that's gonna shake them up. Don't say something that's gonna make them even madder. Just blurt out anything. Also, my brother here from channel whatever. You got your camera with you, man. Make sure you film this cop, cause you can get a real good view of what he's doing. Do something. If you're not gonna physically do something other than just scream and yelling out stuff. So don't just turn around and walk around in circles talking about, this is effed up and stuff like that. Don't just do that, because that's not gonna do a damn thing. That's not gonna ever do anything. It's not gonna ever do a damn thing. You know what I mean? Yep. Let me see what y'all got up in here. Our ego started going. Okay, y'all just shouting everybody out. All right. Yeah, okay. King Louis in there with the words of wisdom right there. King Louis said the system is a part of the problem. It's not for us, never has been. But this is the question then, King. How can we get it to where it's going to fit us? If it's never fit us, how can we get it to the point where it is going to fit us? And if it's never going to fit us, what can we do? How do we really make it and survive? If that blue line is a safety line for all law enforcement to do what they want to anybody of color, and not just brown skin or just anybody of color or just anybody, if that's a safety line, then what do we do? Do we just yell and just put our hand on our hip and turn around in circles and talk to people in the crowd and say, oh man, it's messed up. You see what he's doing over there? What kind of, man, I'm telling you right now, man, elders would have slapped your head off if you wasn't down to fight with the family. They would have slapped your head off. Because even our conversations, when we went to war, when we did have to fight, guess what? We used to say, this is what we used to say this is what our ancestors said. It is time to fight. How simple is that? It is time to fight. Okay, now let's talk about right before they said it's time to fight. What did they say right before that? We had a good gathering of family and good cheer and good things. And may the Creator be with us. But right now, it's time to fight. You see what I mean? They had the other conversation, but then they went straight into it's time to fight. But you got old coward asses that ain't gonna fight. See, everybody's so hard. Everybody can go out there and shoot up their whole neighborhood and do drive-bys and everything else. But soon as anybody from that blue line come around, they freeze up. It's not just a stigma. It's something, it's in here. When you freeze up like that, why are you freezing up like that? Oh, that's the law. That's not the law. That is supposed to be a law enforcer. So what are you doing to break the law right now when they show up? Are you doing anything to break the law? No. So don't let them make you feel like you did something to break the law. And that's what a lot of people do. A lot of colored people of color, always make it seem like they've done something wrong. Just because they look at you like you done something wrong don't mean you did shit wrong. Or me standing on the corner or me walking is not a crime because that's in the Constitution that I got a freedom of movement. Right? I can stand. I can take pictures. I can do a lot of things I can do that I should be able to do. And I don't have to answer your question. What are you doing? I'm minding my damn business. That's what I'm doing. What are you doing? And matter of fact, since you approached me, what's your name? What precinct you out of? What's your number? So I can maybe I talk to your supervisor or something like that, man, and find out why you out here asking me what I'm doing and what my name is. See, you have to flip it on them. A lot of people just don't know how to flip stuff and make it to, if you make them more uncomfortable, then they'll stop the shit. It'll end. You know what I mean? Or if anything, somebody could have got even closer to the action. You know what I mean? Because if you get closer to the action, then guess what has to happen? Then they have to push you away from the action, right? If enough of you get close to the action, they got to push a lot of you. If it's only a handful of them and there's a whole group of you, then, you know, they'll concentrate on you. They have to. Because if somebody's already handcuffed, who's the bigger threat? Somebody who's handcuffed or a lot of people around you who you don't know what they got and they're surrounding you? You see what I mean? I'm not trying to get you shot, but I'm saying you can be closer. They're not going to just spray everybody down, but you could be closer to where the attention is drawn to you from them, not from your friends, but the attention is drawn to you to alleviate whatever's being done. They don't have, each cop don't sit there with 20 pairs of handcuffs. And I know it was enough people out there that they could have deterred, they could have done something. Shit. Maybe, shit. Somebody need to run over there and tackle his ass. Right? Would have saved that man's life. Yeah. I see what you mean, though, Louis. Louis say destroyed and rebuild. We need this to be sovereign. And that's a damn shame because you are supposed to be sovereign. And they're making it seem like it's a stigma behind being sovereign if you know your laws and stuff like that. If you know the laws of the land versus these other laws that they then created. Because guess what? The land law comes first in the first place, if you think about it, because the land is here first and permanent. All these so-called buildings and all these corporations, they got these big structures and shit. Eventually they'll come down. Rome fell, all nations fall. All that shit falls right back down to the ground and becomes ruins. A man can't make something that lasts forever. He can't. He cannot make something that lasts forever. He makes you think that he makes shit that lasts forever, but he don't. He gonna have to rebuild. And I'm out here in the area where they had a actual bridge, like the whole bridge, that just failed. The whole bridge got messed up because of an earthquake. See, and now what they try to do, see, is they want to put in your mind like, we retrofitted this or we did this to that to make it, it could sustain. It's going even through what is a cat? I don't know if it's categories a 7.5 earthquake. They full of shit. Don't you believe that shit? Because if your ass in a building and the earth decide to make a big enough earthquake, guess what? You're going to be part of the earth. Because the earth will shake that building down. Don't believe that man can make shit more than what he said. Don't let him just talking and bragging make you believe all the shit that he tells you. Because he's full of shit. He's a liar. And my people and my ancestors, my grandmother, everybody always said that they're liars. So if there was a liar thousands of years ago, are they truthful now? That's all I want to know. If an elephant 5,000 years ago was an elephant that was 12 and a half feet tall and weighed 30 tons, and his elephants that came after him are the same, then in 200 years from now, are they going to change? And else man does something to them? And else they poison them or something? They're not going to be the size of cats in 10,000 years. In 10,000 years, they'll still be the same damn big ass elephant. So same thing with liars too. If you have generations of liars, then they always gonna be a liar. And I'm sorry, and this got into like this discussion. And like I said, I wasn't gonna do the discussion today because I did want to get back, because it's easy for me to kind of vent being in as much pain that I'm in is easy. If you ever had something happen to one of your nerves and shit, you know what I'm talking about. So when I sit down, I'm in pain. If I stand up and walk around and do anything else, I'm not in pain. But as long as I sit down, I got to sit down and do the show, so I'm in pain. And so what's going to happen after I do my show is my whole leg is going to be like dead. There ain't nothing else going to hurt. My whole body going to feel good. It probably ain't going to hurt, but it ain't going to work. It's going to be numb until whatever happened to me. I don't know because I don't remember even doing that. However, my nerve got pinched or whatever, something got excited. However that happened, I'll be happy when that is unhappened. Whew. I'll see you down there, King Louis. King Louis said, yeah, he destroy and rebuild. I read that and he put facts down there. He said, no, still lying. The zebra can't change his coat. That's it. They can't, man. They can't do it, baby. That's why I try to tell people, but people always like, oh, this is the shit, and don't tell me this shit no more, because I'm tired of hearing this dumb shit from dumbass people that said times have changed. First of all, ain't no damn such thing as time. Time was created by man. There's just day and night. That's it. I don't care what you think. There's only day and there's only night. There is no time. There's day and there's night. And so and time might change because man has created time. But man did not create day and night. And day and night is the same. If you was one way 1,000 years ago or 1,000 days ago, 1,000, not even 1,000, how many would that be? 300,000 days ago, if you was a liar, then guess what? You still gonna be a damn liar. You still lied today. Talking about time. Get out of here with the time shit. Man made up time. Man is the only one that goes by time. No other creature. There's thousands and millions of creatures, and we're the only one that mess with time. Birds know when to go to sleep. They don't need no clock. I'm talking about what time is it. But they need to get out of here with that. They need to get out of here with that crazy shit. Because all this stuff was supposed to be already ended, Cole. It was already supposed to be ended. And so when somebody tells me that LeBron or anybody else done something, they ain't done shit. They got the power to do it along with the people. Are they always doing press conferences? Athletes are always doing press conferences. What? And yeah, you get fined. Well, so what? You get fined. Get your ass on there, do your press conference, and tell the truth. Tell the truth that this got to end with the colored people. The people of color, we can't put a stop on it. It has to end. There's no more of it. No mas. There's no more. You don't have room to keep doing this. Because if everybody stood up, think about if the whole United States stood up. I'm not talking the ones that are not on that line. What could they do if everybody really did stand up? Everybody. I'm not talking about a couple of hundred. I'm not talking about a couple of thousand. But let's say your whole city stood up against the cops. Your whole city. That means some of their family going to stand up too, right? Versus them. Are they going to kill their own family for that little bit of money? All of them? Or is they gonna put that badge down like, I can't go with this no more. We might suffer, but we're gonna go through something else. We might suffer, but we're gonna have to go through something else. Like I said, I used to be one of them, what would you call rolling in dough and all that. I'm not rolling in dough. I used to be rolling in dough. Is it something that I care about? No. Because rolling in dough seemed like it was more important. It seemed like it was more important. But then when I got older, I started realizing all the stuff that was taught to me when I was young. Like even when they put the trick on us and they mixed us up with Africans too. So even then, I started thinking, I said, what kind of medicine is this? That's Native American medicine. Well, what kind of food is this, or what is this? That's Native American. And I knew we was made Native American. I said, well, how come that some of us, they say that we're Africans, and some of us, they say that we're natives. And all I grew up with was native stuff. I don't know shit about it. I don't know no African medicine. I don't know a damn thing about African medicine. Nothing. All my medicine is right there. Just right what it says right there. This is my book that I'm making. Native meds. I just put native meds. It's really herbs, but I put eagle face on there. That's it. I don't know why that happened to been right there. Because my sister was asking me about some medicine and stuff. Because I was supposed to be making her some medicine. And so I had that out. But they have to. They have to stand up, man. And this has to, and this is probably my last, I'm not going to say last, but maybe it's the last, but the end. It has to end, man. It's wonderful when you see somebody to say, no, we ain't going to take that. We're not going to take that. I even remember a clip of a young lady that was in front of like a bunch of the blue liners. She just walked over to him, and she's a teacher. She walked over to him, no weapons, no nothing, hands up, no all that. And she walked straight up to him, and they gently handcuffed her ass, but at least they didn't beat her down. But she was showing what a lot of men don't have. And she was showing balls. Because a lot of men don't have the balls. I don't know, them balls disappeared, baby. Them balls is up there in the back of their neck, and they need to be slapped in the back of the neck. I'm telling you, that's where they balls at. So your balls ain't there, baby. And believe me, I'm here. It's a miracle that I'm here because believe me, the same stuff that I'm talking about is stuff that I've already done. So I know it can be done, and I know you can survive, that you can live through it. Even if you have an altercation with them, you can still live through it. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not condoning, I'm not telling nobody to go out and do shit. I'm not telling you to do nothing. But I'm telling you, if you're not going to do nothing, then make sure that you're not doing nothing. If you're not going to do shit, then make sure that you're not doing shit. Don't be out there talking. Don't say nothing. Don't be saying, oh, this is effed up. You look what he's doing. You sound like a little biatch if you do that. If you out there just going, oh, look what they doing out there. Because it happens even to me when I go to certain native events and functions. Guess what? It happens to me all the time. I am targeted. And it's not even the BIA. It's not the BIA because they're not usually involved with the events that we go to. But it's a sellout native, and then there's always some kind of sheriff or something like that. But guess what? I still get the last words. And guess what happens? When they come to disturb us, guess what happens? They end up leaving. No matter who called them, they always end up leaving. Why are they always leaving when I start talking to them? I'm not talking to them calm. They're not threatening me, though. We're going to handcuff. They're not threatening me. Why aren't they threatening me and I'm yelling? Because the difference being is I'm telling them the truth. Matter of fact, I even had one of the sellouts came back the last time. That was last year when I was at a big event. One of the sellouts came back. Guess what? He came back. He said, "Oh, I had to come back, and I had to come back and apologize because you were right of what you were saying." And guess what? At the time that I was saying what I was saying, my boy was on. Oh man, this. You always got this person. Oh man, just bring it down and act like they're a peacemaker. Huh? Stop. I can't stand people that want to be peacemakers and shit when somebody's saying something that's right. If somebody's speaking up and saying something that's right, let them speak up. Stop trying to be a peacemaker. Stop putting your hands out and get in between the trouble. Because I'll just push your ass out the way. If you're in my way and I'm telling the truth, I'm just going to push you. Like, get the hell out of here with that. Putting your hands up. We don't want no trouble. What's this? Why you always surrendering and shit? When you're telling the truth, why you surrender? If somebody's telling the truth, you don't have to surrender. Why are you surrendering if you're telling the truth already? Get your dumb ass out of here with that shit. You know what I mean? My voice going again, y'all. Shit. Because I haven't spoke so long, man. And plus, man, this is just like I said, man, it's ridiculous, man. Let me catch up with y'all. No, yeah. King Louis said 40 years ago. God dang. Then he said, what more important? He said, money or loyal. That's what it is. What's more important? The money or being loyal? And then Gil Cole said Thurman lied about wanting to fight EJ, but now he telling the truth. He said, play the fruit. Okay, well, we going to see it. Yeah, instead of playing the flute, play the fruit. Yeah, King Louis back down there again, though. King Louis said us as a people need to change the way of thinking when it comes to value. That's it. That's all it is, man. And Louis, here's the thing, King, is that we are confused by our own actions, which is dumb. People don't understand that you're the money. So when you support the police, I'm not saying don't support them, but when you support them, you're supporting their actions and stuff like that. When they don't have funding and shit like that, and you giving all kinds of donations and shit like that, guess what? You're not donating to help yourself out. You donate to their cause. Same thing with us being fans of boxing and sports and everything else. We actually control everything, but our voice, we don't use the bigger voice like we should. We should use our bigger voice, but we don't use our bigger voice. We use our smaller voice. It's like, use your big voice. Everybody stand up. If everybody just said forget it and just left a stadium, I mean, who would give a shit about the football? If there's playing a football game, just guess what? If something foul happened in the football game and everybody, that whole stadium left, there's no cheering and nothing like that. You just turned a football game into a practice. Ain't nobody out there but officials and coaches and the camera crew and everybody else gone. That game would be the most boring game. It probably wouldn't even be no scoring. It wouldn't be very much. Even after the players wouldn't give a shit after a while. So you think you're not important? I'm gonna show you how important you are. You are so important that right now your ass is sequestered or whatever else you might want to call it. Guess what? They still talking about you. In all these sports, they're still talking about us. And they're saying they're doing guesswork. They're saying, how would this event go off, or how much money can we generate if we don't have fans because of this lockdown? Don't you know they already know the answer to that shit, and that's why they're not having no fights and stuff like that? Or we're gonna have a basketball game with no fans there. Who you trying to fool? Because you're a lot more important than what they're trying to pretend like you are. But they're showing you just how important you are right now. They're showing you, well, we can't do shit without y'all. They already showing you. They're showing you that there's nothing they can do. Without us, they can't do shit. And that's what it really is. But it's just only a handful of us is going to stand up. The rest of us ain't going to do. The rest of the people ain't going to do shit. No, forget that. I love my sport. You stupid. You watching somebody get choked out and killed right in front of you by somebody that's supposed to be upholding the law. Like I said, you can't. If you're breaking the law, how in the hell can you be enforcing law? If you're a lawbreaker, how could you be a law enforcement at the same time? And I'm not saying this is for every blue liner, but there's the damn sure is a lot of them that I run into. And out of all my years, I probably know there's probably 3 police, and I put 4. And the only reason I'm putting 4, because in my family, I'm just putting the ones that's in my family. I'm only counting them because I never seen their interaction with other people. And that's the only reason I'm counting. That out of my whole lifetime, I might have met 4 decent cops. 4. How many cops are there in America? And believe me, there's not a state that I've probably been in that I didn't get in some kind of trouble with police or some kind of law enforcement. I mean, when I say been in, I mean that I actually stayed there for a moment. More than a day or 2. Like in other words, I set my teepee up there. I sat there. I lived there for even like a few months or so. Something like that. Always. I'm like a magnet for them. No matter what you do, you're a magnet. And certain people have a certain look that makes them a magnet, and certain people don't. And now that I'm telling you, and now that I went back to being, now that I went back to my traditional ways, like I wear a lot more of my native stuff, guess what? I don't run into all the same stuff. I actually get more respect when I put on my native stuff than I do if I put on, like I used to keep up. Believe me, I'm not a fad person, but I was damn sure in the trends. Except for they got me with them these sneaky ass these trick skinny jeans. They got my ass with them. the trick they got me with the trick skinny jeans. But I don't wear no damn skinny jeans. But they got me with the trick ones. Shit, man, I don't even see how people wear that. I don't see how a grown man wear that. But I used to wear all the stuff, man. The hats on, wear the hat, the baggy top and bottom and stuff like that. But you asking for it when you start. I mean, you should have. There's freedom for you to be able to dress the way you want to. But the way that they have us, the way that they market stuff, and the way that they have us set, it's like a setup. Anytime you do something that's a setup, guess what? You're not listening to what it is. Set up. That means you're setting your own dumb ass up. Don't set yourself up. I'm not saying don't avoid them. Damn sure do not avoid anybody who's trying to oppress you. Do not avoid them. But make sure that if you have an encounter, that your encounter is going to go in a positive light. Instead of letting them be in charge, won't you be in charge? Because guess what? You're the one supposed to be in charge anyway. Because it's always we the people. People don't understand that. The most important part of the Constitution is we the people. We. It's not them. Why is it we and them? So when you take that power back in all of you, as a group, even if it's a group of you, just let one person speak. Don't everybody speak at the same damn time. But just, let one person speak who's more knowledgeable on law type things. Oh, King Louis, you got to split. King Louis said, be safe. Everybody got to go. All right, man, have a good one out there, man. A good weekend out there, man. Yeah, we about to get out of here soon, man. We didn't get to talk about none of the crybabies today. Gil brought up Thurman, but we going to see, Gil. We got to see who's going to get together, man. Because if you going to get together and throw them fists, then that's what we need to see. And stop letting people come back. And I mean, if any of these guys decided that, hey, they going to be in boxing and they going to come back and they've been out of boxing that long, and I'm telling you right now, I don't know about y'all. I don't know how many of y'all would be upset. I will be upset. I'll be shaking my head like, say for instance, that if Mike Tyson does come back and destroy somebody, I'm gonna be upset because that's gonna take the sport back a century. Not because he's been out of boxing that long, but it's gonna take boxing back a whole century. God dang. Mike Tyson came back and just knocked somebody completely. Like, if he came back and just destroyed somebody, it's like, oh my goodness, are you kidding? That's what we've been watching. We ain't really watching sports no more. I mean, boxing. We ain't really watching. I don't know what we watching. If somebody come back and just destroy somebody like that, you just come back and Mike Tyson come back and destroy somebody. Evander Holyfield come back and destroy somebody. Who else? Shannon Briggs come back and just destroy somebody. Who else is namesaked out there? James Toney just come back and destroy somebody. We can be shaking our head like, damn, God dang, what kind of fighting we been watching? All these old timers coming back and just showing. Because if that happened, you're going to have jockeys and everybody else who want to fight. Like, how much I can get? Once they find out how many millions they can get just for one day of work. Or what is it, 48 minutes of work? Yeah, matter of fact, it's not even 48 minutes. It's 36 minutes, and it's 12 minutes of rest. You get a 12-minute rest period, and you got to work for 48 minutes. That sounds good. Wouldn't that sound good if you had to work like that at work? Where you go to work, you work 36 minutes or 48 minutes, you get 12 minutes off to complete your hour. Every 48 minutes, you get 12-minute break. And still get your lunch. Well, I'd be happy about my break. My God, I'm about to go on break, man. I just started back. Time you get all your stuff on and get ready to go to work, it's time for you to go on break again. Might not get nothing done. But that'd be nice though. But none of these fighters better not come back and get like, I'm not saying come back and get like a W. I mean, you can come back and get a W, but don't just come back and look all impressive and shit. Don't come back and get like a major KO or something. Like, God dang, because that's gonna make us that's really setting us back. Like, God dang, man, you believe Tyson? He came back and fought a number 10 and put him to sleep in a minute. That just won't look good. Yeah, Michael Johnson. Salute to Michael Johnson. I didn't even know you was up in here, brother. Michael Johnson, boxing talking more. He said Frank Bruno versus Mike Tyson in 2020. Yeah. You know what? I didn't like their fights. Was Bruno could have done a lot more during their fights. He just didn't have the coaching. Because he was just like, he was a mountain man. As far as like his size and, you look at his muscularity and all that, how big he was, his physique, what is he, 250, something like that? Just a big monster, man. He should have been a monster. But Mike just beat him up. Mike just broke him down. Rich still had to stop that money, all them uppercuts and stuff, man. He just got beat up. You know what I mean? He just got beat up. But we got to stop. I mean, like I said, I don't want to see one of these guys go in there and get destroyed. Gil said they're going to sleep. But I don't want to see nobody go in there and get destroyed. And I don't want them to destroy nobody because it's messing up the sport when you got people. Because it'd be the only white. Because, see, combat sports is only one of the only sports that people can actually make like a comeback after so many years. Most of the other sports, you know what I mean? All the other sports are just like, you're not going to come back. Like, you ain't going to come back and swim. If you've been out of swimming for 20 years, you ain't going to come back and get no gold medal swimming. If you've been out of tennis for 20 years, you're not going to come back and win a Grand Slam. You know what I mean? That's the kind of stuff that just don't happen. But when it comes to any kind of pugilism, people just come back and think, oh, I've been out, man. I can come back and get some work in. And they come back and they look good. They come back and get a win or something. They come back and get a win or a draw. Shit, Larry Holmes came back and got a knockout in his last fight. Joe Frazier came back and got a draw. But so it's not. But they didn't stay out 20 years. You know what I mean? But it's just not a good look for our sport, man. The sport that we love. It's not a good look when somebody stay out that long and come back. I don't know, Michael Brundage, I really don't know what you're talking about. If I was going on Jonathan's panel, I didn't know nothing about that. I don't know. It must be somebody else that you got in mind, but I had nothing. I don't know. And I don't know. You're talking to, and also you're talking to E. Wood. I don't see E. Wood responding to you. Yeah, but I didn't know nothing about it. I didn't know nothing about going on no panel or nothing like that, man. Nobody hit me to nothing like that. I'm having a hard enough time right here, just sitting here talking to y'all right now, man, because everybody knows that I suffered a pinched nerve or something like that, some kind of sciatic nerve that it messed up my whole leg, man. But I feel great though. That's the whole thing. That's the puzzling thing, is I feel good. Like I can do whatever I do. I just can't. My leg is just all jacked up, and I know it's not because I can the muscles. I flex it. Ain't nothing wrong. All the definition is still there. All that. It ain't like it ain't dead, but it just the nerve is it's sending signals to it like you gonna let your ass die out a little bit. I'm like, what? And sir look at Sir to the Flame that came up in there. Salute to Sir Flame, even though he didn't want to talk to me. No, I'm just kidding. No, I didn't know he said salute to Eagles Web. He said salute to the chat. And as always, jab that like button or y'all neck. He said don't get neck in Eagles Web boxing. He said 100. Yeah, I know about that, Sir Flame. Yeah, we was talking about you the other day too, man. Hey, you guys are my namesakes in here, man. I'm gonna talk about y'all, man. But yeah, we got to get back to this. When we finally get back, so we getting back so this month coming up, we're supposed to be getting back to it like this month. So we're gonna see what it do, man, and see. I'm tired of all these I'm tired of all the changing faces, man. I can't even. Damn, there's not a champ where I can just look at. Oh, that's the champ. Because if I do that, like, I don't know about y'all. Who can y'all look at as being champ, and you know he's gonna be champ? There's only a few people, and don't. I'm gonna delete your comment if you say cinnamon bun or something like that. If you say Canelo, I'm gonna delete your shit. But how many champions can we truly like distrust that they're gonna be champion? And not the lighter weights. I'm talking anything from like, let's say 140 on up to all the way up. From 140 on up, who can we trust is going to actually hold on to that belt? And I dare your ass to name more than 5. I dare you to be able to let your keyboarding skills put that many out. And I got a confidence in Gil. Gil said to me, he said, I'm that champ. Yeah, I do have confidence in Gil. The reason I have confidence in Gil, because when we get back to it, when we do our next round with Gil, I do trust him. He always talk crap all the time. I do want to still put hands on him. But with Gil, I do. This is the reason I trust Gil. The reason I trust Gil is because Gil come in and he catch stuff when people haven't showed up. And so I'll be talking about something and he'll have the answer or something and he'll be like, damn, I know that's probably going to be on trivia. And he knows because I'll just throw something out there. Because we just did one other yesterday. I don't know if I'm put that one on trivia or nothing like that because I think everybody, yeah. I think everybody is going to get it. And I'm talking about the one that from yesterday. Can we talk about if I say there's a street fighter, right? There's a street fighter. He had over 40 fights, and 90% of them is knockouts, right? Over 90% knockouts. I say, what happened to him, and who did he fight during his professional debut? And most people are going to know who that is. And I don't know, Sir Flame, Gil, and Michael Johnson's boxing talking more, and the rest of y'all that fell up in here. I don't understand who this guy is, man. This Michael Brendish. Man, throw him out of here, man. I don't want him in here no more. Because now I'm looking down. I don't know. He's been talking to everybody and talking about what they do and all that. Throw his ass out. Throw his ass out permanently. Because now he's talking about other channels and shit. He said, did I see? He said, did you see what BFTB said about you, brother? Nobody has no. I mean, people can say anything they want to about me. And why do I need to say something? And why do I need to see how can I see what somebody says? And why would I care what somebody says if I've never done anything to any of them? If I've never done anything to anybody and they can't prove that I've done something to them, then why would they have my name in their mouth in the first place? And you know how to reach me, so why would my name be in your mouth in the first place? You know how to reach me. My name don't need to be in your mouth. You ain't, who you showing off to? You ain't showing off to me. I back myself up. I don't need nobody to back me up. I back my own self up. No matter what skill somebody think they got. We'll go to the if somebody think that I'm that one, all you gotta do is just try it. All you gotta do is just try it. If you try it, that's all you gotta do. And I'm not putting myself up or nothing like that. All I'm saying is all you gotta do is try it. If you think it's easy like that. If you think it's an EW, you think you're going to get a W, and you think it's an EW, all you got to do is, that's all you got to do. I'm just telling you. I'm not asking you to. I'm not telling you to. I'm just telling you what you have to do. Well, he got neck. I didn't check. You know what? I just, one of my web watchers threw his ass out. because I asked him to throw them out. Because I didn't feel like going back and reading through what he was talking about, because we were talking about something like serious outside of boxing today. And we were trying to talk about the athletes themselves. And we were talking about something it's a touchy subject. And then he started coming in here, he started with I don't like the he said, she say shit. Because if anybody is, even in my chat, if somebody is he saying and she saying, I don't want you around me. If you're not directly saying something, if you're not directly saying something to me, or if you're not directly saying something to somebody in my chat, I don't even need you in here. The he and she say shit. That's why we're in the state that we're in now, because of all this bullshit. It's already enough when you see shit and you don't see it. That's already bad enough. When your eyes are open and you see something and you can't see it, you got some serious issues. The people sitting there watching, oh, I don't see it though. You're dumb. And if you want to see into something, then get your ass in there, over there, and intervene. Michael Johnson, Boxing Talk, and more. He said, well, did he say something good about you or bad? But if it was bad, yeah, best talk behind the scene. Right. I mean, come say, I mean, I don't know, because I don't get to see him. I don't hear him saying nothing about me when I go to his chat. I go to his chat sometime. I don't always say stuff, but I go in there. I was in there last week right before I got hurt. I was in there. And see, you a troll too. You probably a tramp, as Simon Herverts. Yeah. So you don't need to be in the chat either. And somebody can do him the honors too. Hey, one of my web watchers, do the honors for Simon. He's talking about some negative energy and all that, and neck members and all that. Man, look. I stick with real people, man. It has nothing to do with who gets neck in here. Because guess what? I'm not even going to stretch your neck out. You know what I mean? I'm not even going to have it stretched out. You just got to go. Period. Has nothing to do. It didn't have a damn thing to do about. See, now you can sit back in the sideline and hope that you could still write some shit, but now you can't even write shit. Because Michael Johnson Boxing Talking more. I mean, he don't even get to come see me that much, but he got to come in here and do work as soon as he get here. He was trying to have a conversation with you, but then he realized, like when I told him you was a troll, then get your ass out here, because I'm tired of you tramps coming over here. And if anybody in Eagles Web don't know what an Eagles Web tramp is, that's a champion troll. Is a tramp. So he's just a tramp, and he got trampled on. And that's what we do with champion tramps or champion trolls. Is we trample their ass and get their ass up out of here. Yeah. So that's how we do it, man. If you're a champion troll, you're a tramp in Eagles Web, then we just throw your ass out. Yeah. See, and a bunch of them, they decide when to come. They all come in at the same time. They all decide, a lot of them, they just decide that, hey, I'm going to come in. And they usually come in like when we kind of like winding down a little bit, then that's when they start wanting to come in. Sometimes they'll get here early. Matter of fact, Gil Coles or Michael Johnson Boxing Talk, go ahead and talk to this guy that just got up in here. Yeah. So, yeah, this guy just got up in here. So he said, yo, chat. He said, this is a neck chat. And he got a question mark here. So my question to you, before somebody throw your ass up out of here, is what is a neck chat? What does that mean anyway? Huh? I'm going to give you enough time to write. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. So 30 seconds ought to be enough time for you to write. What is a neck chat? So you should be able to let us know what a neck chat is. I guess you couldn't. Guess your shit got deleted, but maybe you didn't do enough to get completely thrown out, but your message got deleted. That's what a neck chat is. So they just showed you what a neck chat is. When you bring your ass in here, and that's what you get. You end up getting your ass necked. Come up here, man, because I'm sacrificing my own, I'm not gonna hurt myself with my health and everything else to come in here to try to get my chat on. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things happening right now, man, and we got with all these distractions. We got these dumbass people, but we want to see the big boys out there. Like I said, nobody wrote anything down, which I didn't expect, y'all. Gil was the only one that wrote something down. Gil said that he's the champ and that you can count on him. But hopefully we're going to get a champ where we can count on, man, because we need at least one face of boxing that's going to take over boxing. And his literature and also his vocalizations are going to be something that are going to actually be, the thing. You understand? They're going to be the thing that we can really count on, to where when he says something, we can almost take that to the bank and cash that. And that's what we need. We need to get that face of boxing. Yeah. And why y'all keep letting Hooker come back up in here? So Hooker, as many times you done came in here, Hooker, and I don't like hoes in the first place. I don't like hoes like that. And you come in here, you a hooker, and you trying to sell something. And he's where we don't sell nothing. Well, he was. I probably dropped him too soon. He said, "Oh well, if the dude is 100, he'll be back." Yeah. No. Hey, he would. So the hooker. You know why? I think my web watchers actually, they like Hooker for some reason. I think it's because he's a hoe, and I think that's why they like him. Because they never smashed him, really. All they usually do is they usually just delete they just usually delete him. But they haven't smashed his ass out. And this is 4 times, so I'm surprised, because the web usually don't give you that much of a chance. Because I know Michael Johnson Boxing Talk, he's not gonna give you that. He's not gonna give you the liberty to be coming in here disturbing shit and acting stupid. He gonna go ahead and crush your shit. But like I said, they must like hoes, because this hooker, this whore, keeps coming in here all the time. Jaden whore, Tremel. Yeah, he letting you know that he's a hoe. Comes in here all the time. And when he come in, he always get his stuff deleted. And that's usually when he gets something deleted, he don't come back and say nothing else. But he pauses it out. He's like, I'm going to come this week. Then I'm going to skip a little bit. And I'm going to come back just in case somebody forget him. Man, don't nobody forget hookers. Ain't nobody forgetting no hoes. And the thing about it, you're not that kind of memorable type of hoe that did something good. You just a hoe that we remember because it's not too many hoes that come up in here. But back to my thought, though. So we need to get that one face again. Like the Muhammad Ali, there's not going to be a replacement. Or the Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, and stuff like that. We need to get somebody to where other sports talk about them, and that we talk about them all the time, and that it's like money in the bank. Because we don't really have that. And the ones that we do that are probably close is their personality doesn't allow them to put themselves out there like that. But when they start to have a higher understanding, a belief about themselves, then they'll put themselves out there. And so it'll make boxing more enjoyable. Because right now, everybody just wants to be mouthpieces. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Okay, well, let's see it. And then once we go to see it, and then you went in there with a belt, and now your ass don't have a belt no more. The NEC is not a type of chat. At Peter Jasper, Jalapeno, and I think you've been in here too. And so y'all can go ahead and I don't know. He's not really saying nothing bad, but he's just saying like the neck chat and all that. Yeah, this is the only neck chat if you want to. It's keeping it real. There is no other neck chat, so just get that. As a matter of fact, if nobody deleted what you said, then I'll handle you. But then again, so E Wood just came back and got your ass too. See? Because it's getting late, E Wood, so that's when they start falling in. I get views for it. They come in, ain't nobody came into the channel, and then you go back and look at the replay and then see that a lot of them brought their asses up in here. But what happens is, because of what I'm talking about a lot of times, is they're not gonna come down and say nothing. Now that I'm calmed down a little bit, then they'll start coming in and saying stuff. And I think also it's like I don't know, a fetish or something, is they like for me to go off on them. He said I hit there of them already. Yep. Yeah, I hit 3 of them. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He said chat was all good until they started coming in with that weird shit. I know. That's what they do though, man. But see, they wait until ego calm down though. See, I was heated, or the discussion was kind of heavy earlier, so they'll come in at that time. But then once I start, they know that the show that I've been running for a while, and so now when they'll come in now, and then that's when they'll start like their shit. They're not gonna start like, because of the topic today. They're not gonna start right away. They're not gonna start right away. They're gonna wait because they already know that y'all gonna get them. They already know. They know I'm gonna get them or y'all gonna get them. Because I was just about to clip him and you got him already. You already smashed at least his comment out. You know what I mean? Just come back and act right. And believe me, before we get out of here, it might be 1 or 2 more. It might be 1 or 2 more before we even get up out of here. Okay, so what's your point? And so what's your point at Clay Merv Bernard? And Derek Bailey we running late, and Derek Bailey coming in, right? And so Derek Bailey don't play with you no way. D to the Bailey will smack your ass. And matter of fact, he might smash you where you can't come back. And I'm just letting you know. It might not just be a comment. And you talking about that you've been subscribed for 3 months now, dude, OG. And why you put dude OG? Nobody talks like that, man. And I see. So anyway, so shout out to Derek Bailey back up in here. He slewed out to Eagles Web Boxing. Yep. Yeah. Damn, how many you done clapped now? He said I got Huckleberry. He got Hooker, Tremere. Oh, okay, Hooker. Oh, that's one person in jalapeno. Oh, that's damn. You got 4 of them now. What about Clay Merv? Don Donna said still in the building. Hey, what about Clay Merv? Don Donna, check on what is Clay Merv about? Clay Merv? Oh, well, Clay Merv, he talking about, because he said he been here for 3. Okay, I'm a matter of fact, I'll find out. So my web watchers is in here right now. Do you know anything about Clay Merv Bernard? Do you know anything about him? If you don't know anything about him, at least delete what he wrote. Because I know the web that's in here now, because I know if Don Dolla's in here, Don Dolla's almost here all the time. So if you're saying you've been here for 3 months straight, or you subscribed for 3 months and you've been coming in, then somebody would recognize you. That's a damn shame, man, that y'all got to come in here with that. See? Case closed. Case closed. Nobody knows you. Is this what it is? That's what you're saying? God dang, man. Matter of fact, that's worse. That's worse right there, right? That's worse right there. That's worse than Troll Train. At least Troll Train, at least we going to a fight or something. You know, on the Troll Train, at least we going on a fight. We're going to watch a fight. But in here, the trolls just don't. Man, we got so many trolls. We got these championship trolls, these tramps. We got regular trolls, just trolls falling out of everywhere, man. God dang. And that wasn't the Troll Train really, because we're not talking about Troll Train. This is what's been happening in Eagles Web for the last, I don't know how many minutes, about 15 minutes. I don't know, Derek Bailey. It's been about 15, 20 minutes. This has been happening right here. I don't even put it up. Like sometimes I put it up. Yeah, you said you never heard of him. I know his comment is gone. But I'm saying that This is how it's been in Eagles Web. And I haven't even put the family troll smash up because I've only had to put I think I've only had to really use this like one time. And that was months and months ago. And that's when about 7 of them slipped down the web somehow. At least 7 or 8 of them slipped down the web, and they was getting some words off, and then family just went to work on them. Family went to work on them. Yeah. Yeah, I got a couple of mods that I usually don't unmod people, but I know there's a couple of mods that I'm probably gonna have to unmod. Not in here. Not none of y'all. Don't even think about it. Because I look at people as being real ones, but some people just ain't real. Matter of fact, haven't even been here in probably 8 months, and trying to act like they down or real or something. They duped me. They didn't really dupe me. They duped themselves, because, like I said, I never take anybody for 100. I always leave that little option. I leave that option for them to do stupid shit. I always leave you an option, like, okay, you real brother. So you call yourself real brother and you end up being fake. So why would you even use the word real brother if you end up fake? It don't make sense. And just like I said, I'm around people that they consider real one way, but they'll do some fake shit. I don't dismiss them. I don't take them off, because I know that the way that we have to live here, a lot of times some stuff a person does might seem like it's not original. You feel me? It might seem like it's not original, but they're just doing something that they was conditioned to do. It's just like, so my medicine man, a lot of times, when there's any kind of altercation, he got his hands out like, he's the peaceful, like pretending like he's peaceful. He's not peaceful, because he will baseball bat your ass in a minute. But when he's not involved with it like that, he will act like he's calming the situation down, which I don't like that. I don't like the person who calms down the situation when one of the parties, the party that they're with, is right and correct. Instead of doing that, instead of calming everybody down, try to bring them to a common area rather than just trying to calm them down. And why is all these people coming here calling me by my name though? How come my web watchers come in here, they don't call me by my name when they just come in here? And then I got Apollo Douglas Jr. He says, salute chat, salute Eagle Face, and salute Gil. I don't even know if Gil's here anymore. But I don't even know if we know you like that. Yeah. So who are you, man? Explain who you are, man. Why you call me by my name, man. Stop calling me by my name all the time, man. If my web watchers, the ones you see in blue, if they don't call me by my name, oh, Gil here. You see him, Gil? He talking about salute to you, man. And this is Paulo Douglas Jr. So I'm just telling you, man. So if you don't, if my web don't even call me by my name, these are people that I mess with. If they don't even call me by my name, why are you calling me by my name when everybody knows Eagles Web Boxing? They always call me Eagle, or they just say they say Eagles Web, or at Eagles Web Boxing, or Eagle Web Boxing, or something. They don't just call me by my name all the time. They don't come in here calling me by my name. I don't know if you went back and looked at some videos. Let me find out what his name is. You had to go through a whole lot of videos, didn't you, to finally find out what my name is. But then you come in here with that, man. Always coming in here with your mouths running, and nobody salutes me like that. They'll salute me. And matter of fact, they're not even gonna salute me by my last name anyway. They're gonna salute me by my first name, if they ever do that. If they haven't been in here for a while, you should have seen what E Wood put up. And then maybe your ass maybe you could have stayed in here for a minute. Yeah, maybe you would have lasted a little bit longer if you would have came in here like he said. Because he don't always get to come in. See? But that was way back in the chat. And you ain't going to be able to go back that far in the chat. So you missed out on that. So if you would have caught that, but then again, my people would have still caught you anyway, because they would have been like, what you doing calling him by his name? That's a flag, man, in here. You know how you get flagged? That's like a flag, man. They scratch their head right. And then they probably going to check you out. They're going to check out your profile a little bit. They might not even stay in your profile, but don't you know that people can check your profile when you come in here? They check your profile, and they find out that you're a fraud or something, and they get rid of you quicker. So act right, come back. You can come back, but just act right when you come back. Learn how to come into a chat. Because all I see is that your message got denied, but I don't know if they got rid of you. Well, actually, now that I check back, because I got to look at a different screen, now I see that Don did get your ass. So Don didn't like you. Don didn't like you calling me eagle face, so Don got rid of your ass. So you're going to have to change your whole profile and, turn over a new leaf and then bring your ass back. And Don said, trouble. He said, trouble. He said, sit your ass down or get necked. That's right. And tell him Don said, trolls, sit your ass down. That's right. Yeah. Hey, Don, we had so we didn't just have we didn't just have regular trolls today. We had a couple of tramps come up in here. I know there's some tramps out of all these people, but I'm glad I get to laugh because guess what? It actually make my leg feel better. It make my leg feel better if I get to laugh. I came in on a serious note, but if I get to laugh, that's cool too though. Cause y'all make me laugh. Don making me laugh though. But trolls, bring your ass in here and sit your ass down and act right. Everybody else got to sit down. And you should be happy to sit your ass down because guess what? I can hardly sit my ass down right now. I was a lot happier when I could come in and sit my ass down because I got to come in and sit my ass down to do the show. Sit your ass down, Don. Tell him, Don. He said, "Don't look." He said, "You get neck again." Don said he ain't gonna wait. He's not. See the thing about it. What you tramps don't understand. You understand? Champion trolls or even trolls and tramps. What you don't understand is, see, I know you want to go back and forth with me, and see, I'll go back and forth with you. I'm gonna stretch your neck out before I let it fall off. But guess what? Don Dada don't play the same way that I play with you. Don Dada said if you bring it in here, he gonna chop your shit off right away. Cause he knows what a troll neck look like. So you bring it in here, he said I'm gonna get on it. I can't stop him. Sometimes they let y'all live, like the hooker that comes in here, the hoe. That hoe that always come in here, they for some reason they like hoes, so they let the hoe come in here. And the hoe will say a certain stuff, and they're okay. They'll just delete what the hoe says, but they don't get rid of the hoe. See, but you brought your ass up in here. Now you can't even come back. You got to change everything now. Now you got to change everything. Don said no more thin neck for 2020. Don said no. So in other words, I'm interpreting what Don is saying to you for all you tramps. And all you champion tramp hoes, trolls. Champion trolls or regular trolls or either tramps. Either one. I'm letting you know I'm trying to interpret what Don to the Dada is saying. What he's saying is that when you come in here, if you're not, it doesn't say this many words, but I'm translating the shit for you. He says, if you come in here and you ain't just coming in and sitting your ass down, showing respect, and that's a small sentence what he wrote, then he said you're not going to have the opportunity to say too much, that he's going to get your ass up out of here. And even though you don't read that, because he said no more, that's to me, he said no more thin neck. He said 2020. 2020, and this is supposed to be 2020, it's supposed to be like this, where I see it out of both eyes, I see your ass 2020 just as good on either side. But that's what he's saying. For this year, he said no more. For him, no, I guess he's just telling himself, no, I'm not going to just let y'all keep coming in here doing what you want to do. So that's it, as far as what Don said. So I'm just going by what Don say. He may change. He may give you a reprieve. But anyway, yeah, man, I'm gonna let y'all go, man. Y'all gonna have to have a good weekend out there, man. I appreciate everybody came in. It's important chat the last couple of days, man. Yeah, I made it through this. believe me, it hurt. Definitely real painful, but it's worth it. It was worth it. I wasn't gonna do it. I was gonna just wait until I just got completely better. But I'm like, nah, I'm gonna get in and get some shows, get some content out there, get some shows going. And if you didn't see my show yesterday, it was something that I was talking about. I put the Savage beat down, the Street Fighter that fought Burt Cooper. He's on my on my live from yesterday. Y'all can go check that out if you want to check it out, man. Anyway, I know these are slow times. I'm not really trying to push to get subscribers, man, because look, you see who I end up getting. Whew. I need real people. That's what I need. That's what I need. I just need real people, man, and I need this nerve to settle down, man, because I can do all my stuff, man, but I just like my nerve. I want this nerve to stop killing my leg, man. I be looking at my leg like, what's wrong with my leg? My leg still look good. It's like, I'm like, okay, well, why are you killing? But they said it takes time. They said it drops down, I get better, and then they said it'll freeze out. Like, in other words, I'll get better, but it's gonna stop. It's gonna seem like it's not going nowhere, and then all of a sudden it'll go down again, just like going up a mountain, and then it'll stop, like it's getting a little better, and then it'll drop down again. It ain't gonna just shoot down like that. I'm just not gonna get better like that. Oh yeah, Don. The last time I checked, the live was still up, man. They didn't clip it. They might clip this one because I got back on that subject again, man. I got back on that that blue line subject. But hopefully they're not gonna try to flag me for no kind of hate speech or nothing like that. So you guys check that one out, because they may send somebody to look at it, and they may take this one down, and they may take the one down from yesterday. So go through there. There's some important points outside of boxing on that one. Y'all, you guys go check that out. That's right. But anyway, let me see. Don said, I'd like for you to get the first shot on him, then his neck. He said, for the ass, yeah. I hear you, Don. Don said, Don said, well, I'll let you say something first, now I get him. Because one time, I'm telling you, because Michael Johnson, Boxing Talk, and more was in here one time, and somebody was saying something, and they disappeared, and I was talking to Michael, and they disappeared quick. I said, damn, Mike got the ass. And it wasn't even Mike. It was Don's ass. Don, because Don was quiet, and all of a sudden, Don, I said, who clipped him? I said, Don. I said, Don don't play with y'all, man. Don see you. He said but Don usually asked, though, because last time, I think it was a week or two ago, Don said, he said, Webb, he said, is the neck time on him yet? And I told him, yeah. I said, go ahead. And Don said, well, at least Don asked first. Don said, it's time for that ass or not? I said, yeah, that's time. And Don did his work. But Michael Johnson, Boxing Talking Boy, said, get well, champ. I will, man. Don't worry about it. Hey, I'm still hitting all my stuff, though. I can still hit all that, So I do my 3 sets of, push-ups. I do some on the machine, some hard ass push-ups too, man. And I'm actually adding to them like every day. Like I gotta do more. That should be wearing me out. Every time I see that little machine, I'm like, God damn, I hit the machine up again. I'm on the bike, but it's just the leg, man. The leg is just, I don't know. I gotta wait for the leg to come back, but it's still good. I'm still gonna do what I can do, man. But my only thing, like walking around and all that, I'm cool. It's just sitting. If something happens to my nerve when I sit, but I'm gonna get well too, champ. Y'all stay healthy out there, man, and y'all stay drama free and stress free, and just stay away from these tramps, man. Even in your own life out there, man, just stay away from them, man. Just walk, man, or whatever, man. Don said, thanks so much to the Eagle, and then Don he said, is that live up? Yeah, I think the live is still up. He said, I need a case of tea from my knee. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out where y'all can get some of this stuff. But what I do is, when it comes to the muscle stuff, I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all need to get. Maybe you can get it in your area. Maybe you guys might have some native medicine where you're at, and then I'll tell you how to put it together. I don't know if y'all know what cheesecloth is, but buy yourself some cheesecloth, because when you get the cheesecloth, and that will hold the medicine. After you cook the medicine, that will hold it, and then you can get like some cheap T-shirts or something like that, and you use that you put that over the injured area and stuff like that. I cannot soak in that because it's just, I would have to get in a jacuzzi or something. I had to fill a whole jacuzzi up with medicine. And don't think somebody brought that up. I was like, that sounds like a damn good idea. If I did a whole jacuzzi with medicine, but then it'd just be me in there. And some girl wanted to come up in there. I wouldn't let nobody get up in there. I said, this is my medicine up in here. Y'all can't come up in here. Ain't no telling how I feel if after having that medicine go all over your body like that. Oh, man, you might be feeling like heaven. You like, that might feel a little bit too good right there. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, no. So I'm trying to get back to the gym. He said next week. Yeah. Nothing but best, right, though. But anyway, yeah, man, nothing but blessings, man. But anyway, man, I'm going to catch y'all, man. So my shout out to all the real people that I see. And my shout out to all y'all that mess with me, man. Like, nah,